got a fucking ring to it. Like, yes, bitch. Is it my issue? Not one fucking bit. I feel like a tree. I'm so sorry to hear that. Good morning. I've got 45 minutes exactly to crank this thing out, and so we're gonna do that. Also, I'm on my laptop again because I got the bitch working. So, today's video, we're gonna talk about embracing change. Everyone's favorite fucking topic. I don't think change has ever came easy to me or to anyone. If you're one of those people who can embrace change and just be like and have no fear of the unknown, I wish I could transfer your brain into my body and just have you suffer with mine. You know what I mean? I do believe I'm slowly becoming the brain that I want. I've been doing so many things lately that have enacted change, whether it's like change for myself or for situations. And it's kind of been really fucking great. And it's also, I keep having this mentality of like, if I'm gonna do anything, I just have to do it scared. Otherwise, I'm not gonna do anything at all. So, and I was talking to a friend about this who may be watching. I think the first step to doing that was like me traveling by myself. So if you're one of those people who don't really travel, or if you don't do anything by yourself, do it. Literally do it. I never really had any qualms of doing stuff by myself because I like to be by myself. Like, I love sitting in my room and not talk. I could not talk to anyone for a week. Since I've started like going out more and like traveling more, one of my favorite things to do when I travel by myself is talking to people in the airport. And it may be a southern thing too, because like I've realized I'm slowly becoming more extroverted, and I do think it's because of my job. Like, it's very customer service based, but also like I connect with such a big part of my community more, and these people just want to talk, and a lot of them are old, and so I love talking to older people in the airport. Like, I had, when I was coming from Florida in April, I sat next to this lady on the plane, and we just talked for like 40 minutes about like, she told me all the tea about her son and his wife and blah blah blah. When I went to Texas, I talked to a lady too. I sat next to her. My plane to Austin, Texas was fucking packed. It was full to the brim. Crazy in January. Hello. But I sat next to her at the gate, and I was like, "You heading to Texas by yourself?" And she's like, "Yeah, I live there." We just talked for like 20 minutes. I was like, this is great. I don't know, there's so many changes going on in life, and I'm not freaked out about it anymore like how I was when I was in high school. Like, God, if you had asked me about change in high school, I would have like freezed up and been like, what do you mean? What's changing? What's going on? You know what I did last night? I paid my first round of payments for my tuition. Didn't even give a fuck. I clicked that payment and I said, amen. I said, hallelujah. It's fucking over. And I'm not even nervous about school starting like I thought I would. Like, I used to be, when I was doing classes, like, I would be so like, oh God, I have to worry about this and all of this stuff. And now I'm doing it, and I'm like, I'm so excited to learn. Like, I love learning. I'm realizing this again. I think it's one of those things where like you forget how fun it is until you lose it. And like, as a teenager, you do not care about school. I did not give a fuck about school. I really did not. I was barely in school. You can ask anyone I grew up with, they tell you, yeah, she was only there like 2 days a week. I never went. And now that I'm like 23, I'm like, girl, I love school. Like, I love sitting in a classroom. I love learning. I visited Kentucky. I visited a friend, and I got to sit in one of her classes, and I was like raising my hand and shit, and I was like, I would give answers and they would be wrong because I'm not a student there. However, I was like, this is so fun, this is so interesting. I miss being in a classroom, and I am doing online classes, and I guess that's part of the reason where I'm like, damn, this is fun. Like, I want to learn and like take notes and let a teacher lecture me, and then I take a test, and then I get the test right, and then it's like, oh my God, this is awesome. But yeah, and you know, this is kind of coming on. I rewatched Good Will Hunting recently. Beautiful movie for exactly what I'm feeling currently, I believe. I think, you know, like wanting to travel more and get outside of this bubble that you've known, or like believing that you can change and embrace change yourself, and like no one is holding you back from doing literally anything. I can do whatever the fuck I want, no one's stopping me. What am I doing here? You know what I mean? I guess the only thing that's stopping me is my bank account. Hello. As rough as the beginning of this year has been, I think right now I'm in a good grace period where I'm like, okay, I've achieved a good amount of stuff that I wanted to achieve in just a few short spans of a few months, and it really did come with like a big wake-up call of like, I need to really start I need to start taking initiative. I can't just sit around and wallow and be like, oh, I wish I could do this, and like I don't have enough time to do this, and like I have plenty of fucking time. I'm 23, I have so much time. I can do whatever the fuck I want in like a year. I can do whatever I want next month. I'm planning like trips 2 years in advance, like, and I'm going to do them because I'm saying I'm going to do them. Thank you. Like, not to be the queen of manifestation, but like if you say something, words are so powerful. Words are so powerful. Your actions are even more powerful. But if you have those words to back them, that's a promise to yourself that you have to keep, and I'm keeping it. So I'm really excited. Usually I'm not. Usually it's like a big gut punch of anxiety of like, if you don't do this, or if you do this, like something bad's gonna happen. I'm like, I'm not gonna listen to that anymore. I can't. Otherwise I will lose my mind. Well, your like actions and your words are just as powerful, and I love having people in my life now that are extremely supportive of everything I do, and like there's no doubt. Even if it comes from a good place, like there's no doubt. It's always like an immediate, like, that's so good. I'm so happy for you. Like, you should go and do that. Blah, blah, blah. I love that. Because a lot of my life has always been like are you thinking this through? Like, yes, bitch. Yes, the fuck I am. Holy shit. And it's even more annoying when you're like in your 20s. Like, I'm almost 25. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I'm grown. I'm not. I know I'm not. But like, I'm not fucking stupid. Don't sit here and think I'm fucking stupid or like I'm still 16. I don't know what's going on. This is my money I'm spending. Of course I know what the fuck's going on. I know what I'm doing. People who do that, I have realized, really do hinder my ability to like change and grow and accept change, because then it's like, not to quote Hadestown, but the doubt comes in, you know what I mean? It really like gets under my skin, and then I start to be like, oh, maybe they're right, maybe I really need to blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't care, like, it's my decision. I can trust myself, and if it ends up falling through and it doesn't work out, that's okay. At least I know not to do it again the next time around, and that's a part of fucking life. What the fuck? I'm allowed to like make a dumb decision. I'm okay to make a dumb decision. Let me be stupid, bro, please. Let me be stupid, even though I'm not. Let me be stupid sometimes. How else am I supposed to learn? You know what I mean? And God, I'm gonna circle back to my friends again, because I love my friends so much, and the people I've met in my life so far have been astronomically different from the people I went to like school with. Like those childhood friends. Like, I think about how I interacted with my friends as a child, like in that sphere of like, I've known them my whole life, and this is some small town shit. Like, my parents went to school with their parents shit, you know what I mean? I think about our dynamics then, and I'm like, yeesh. Like, that was a weird friendship dynamic and it went both ways. I'm not gonna sit here and, you know, be a pariah. You know, I definitely was a bitch. like 95% of the time, I was probably like the bitches of all bitches. Like, I was the queen bee bitch. But then I think about me now, I'm like, I don't know who the hell that was. Like, I don't know who I was as a teenager. And when I say I was a bitch, I wasn't like going around like shoving people in fucking lockers and shit. I just mean like, I was a teenager and I was a bitch, and I was really rude sometimes when I didn't need to be, and I spoke my mind a little too bluntly when I did not need to do that. Me now is so different from who I was. So anxious and so like fearful of everything, and I think that's why I was such a bitch. But then I think of me now, and I'm like, I could not even imagine. You know what I mean? I could not imagine feeling the way I felt now as an adult. And I'm like, wow. Also, I think a big part of this change embracing thing that I've been doing is like hearing my thinking patterns now, which sounds stupid. But like I process, I've always processed my own emotions myself. And is that healthy? Maybe not. It's given me an opportunity to be like very introspective, and I can recognize now when I am being overwhelmed, or like I'm unnecessarily being aggressive or angry with a person. I can self-regulate, basically is what I'm trying to say, which is a fucking lost art nowadays. There are grown-ass 45-year-old people who can't emotionally regulate, and they take that shit out on me, and I go, I'm so sorry to hear that. And honestly, I do think I'm a customer service warrior, because the way I shut that shit down immediately, and they will walk out of there feeling like they just disrespected their own mother. Because yeah, I'm not gonna rise to whatever you're trying to get me to rise to. We're gonna meet this with grace and respect. And it works every single time, because I'm not tolerating that bullshit. Don't care. You're grown. You are grown. You're growner than me. You could be my mother. I'm not doing that. Thank you. I love being able to like pinpoint what's going on with me now. Like I can sit around and be like, why am I feeling this way? Like, what's going on? And it's like, okay, maybe it's some underlining stuff. I gotta charge my laptop. 1 second. I'm getting to know myself so much recently, which is another thing I'm really loving. Like I just know, you know. But that's like something people achieve, I feel like, later on in life. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I already know myself fully. No. Because when I was 20, I thought so differently from how I do now. That's 3 years different. So it's like, I'm going to keep saying this probably. It's going to be a broken record of like, oh, I know myself right now. I know myself. But I really do. At least the me right now. I know me, 23-year-old me right now. And I like her. She's taking change, and she likes change, and she's being brave. She's being very brave, and I think everyone needs to applaud her for that. There's a lot of things going on. I'm being a big girl. I now have a car, so I have to take care of that, you know? There's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of change, and I'm just trying to sit here and be like, all right. It's not in my control. It's okay. It's okay. That's a whole mantra too. I'm like, okay, nothing's in my control, and that's okay. Nothing's in my control, and that's okay. Right. This is good. This is good to process this. This is great. This is okay. I think in all of this going on, and me like getting to know myself a little more, I have come to the realization of like relationships, like not, and if you know me, we're coming off of a situation. That's okay though, because I'm not, and this is another thing too, in terms of like relationships and whatever, I think I've hit a moment where I'm like, and this is how I know like change is doing okay for me, because I'm okay with outcomes of whatever they may be. And I don't know if it's because I kind of like tricked myself, or like I kind of was just telling myself, I'm like, whatever comes of this, I will accept. Whatever happens, I embrace this, because I have no other choice but to embrace it. And like a situation happened, and afterwards I was like, oh, I mean, it sucks. Anything sucks if you don't get what you want. But like, what am I gonna do about it? You know what I mean? Like, it's fine. I really honestly couldn't care less, which is crazy. It's kind of crazy, and I feel like people who personally know me and are gonna watch this are gonna be like, how is that even possible? I don't know. I wish I could tell you, mama. I really have no clue. But we ball. Yeah, but I think I'm feeling like I don't really care about getting into anything. If it happens, it happens. That's my motto now. If it happens, it happens. Which was never in my vocabulary to begin with, ever. But we embrace change. That's what this whole video is about. I'm embracing change. I'm doing everything. I am becoming a person. I wish I could give like really good advice on to people who, or anyone who's watching who's like, change is a big thing of like, it freaks you out, like you don't want to do anything scary because you don't know what it's gonna entail or the consequences of it. I'm gonna tell you, the only good piece of advice I can give right now is like, you just have to do that shit. You just have to do it, and you have to be scared when you do it, and that's it. That's literally it. And like, you know, better said than done. I'm not gonna say it took me overnight, clearly, but still, it did become like a big. I had to go. It was kind of like an ego death. I won't lie. I did have a bit of a weird breakdown moment over it, and then I got back up. And I said, I said, wait a minute. It's kind of stupid. It's kind of stupid that I feel like this. And I need to just get up. So I did. Again, easier said than done. But look at me now. And I'm only, you know, just doing this, you know. I'm only just dipping the fucking iceberg. What is this? I don't feel like iceberg is the right saying. Tip of the iceberg. That's a fucked up saying. That's really fucked up. That's like if we said like, oh, it's just the plane to the second tower. I love setting goals. I do think I'm gonna say this time next year, so next July, the end of July next year, I'm going to be studying for my master's in library science. I will be studying for my master's in library science. I will be, or art history. We'll see where the wind takes me. I'm really kind of okay with doing both. I would love to get my library science master's and then art history. I want to keep going with Spanish. I'd love to dive into Korean. There's a lot of shit I want to do, and I'm gonna do it because I say I'm gonna do it. So that's the end all be all of it. And I'm gonna keep making these because why not? I think these are really cute. It's like little video diaries. Like, instead of me sitting down and writing, I'm just gonna come on here and talk about bullshit, like whatever. I like doing this, and I've been getting feedback from some friends, and it's all been very sweet. And it makes me realize I really do love creating and like talking. I know really I'm not a big talker outside of like people I'm really close with, and this is me saying this after being like, I love talking to strangers in the airport. But it's like, you know, when I need to be social, I will bring out the social bug, you know what I mean? Like, I'll sit down and be like, you got some grandkids. Like, I love to do it, you know. It's the customer service in me. I will strike up a conversation with anyone. It's also the southerner in me. I can't help it. Okay? I have to talk. Or I will die. And like, you know, that's the small talk or whatever. But I do love a good sit down chat. I love talking on the phone for 6 damn hours about shit like this, you know what I mean? Like, and if you're some of my most personal friends, you will know I've had hours long talks with my dear friends, and so and they're all very productive and fun, and I love them, and I love my friends very much. But I've been getting a lot of feedback from them, and it's always very like kind and very praiseworthy of my work. This is another thing I've been trying to work on like with change. I've kind of put like writing on the back burner for honestly since the beginning of this year. And I really miss it. You know, like I used to just write. I mean, oh my God, that was all I did as a child up until like high school. I just wrote, and I was reading, and I would write shit, and I would just, all this stuff. I mean, I remember being little and people asking me what I wanted to do, and I said I wanted to write books because that's all I did was read books, and so I wanted to write them. So I don't know, this is definitely kind of, and I have been reading more. which has been a goal of mine that I really wanted to do. So, I guess in doing that, it's making me realize, oh, I want to be more creative again. Like, I want to do this. I also want to take up more hobbies. I miss having hobbies. I miss having hobbies. I think the only one I have is, like, maybe reading, and then, like, the guitar and all that stuff. I've also been trying to, like, I've been trying not to be on my phone as much. I've really been using my computer a lot. My little laptop here that you're on. Also kind of coincides with the fact that I went to see the eye doctor, and she was like, get off your fucking phone. I said, yes, ma'am. So I'm doing that because she told me to. I even put the little eye distance thing on my phone, and sometimes that bitch trips me out because it's not even that close to my face, and it's like back up, and then I can't see the screen. Okay. Anyway, but because that's been annoying me, I get off my phone. Like, I deleted Twitter, you know. I'm trying to do more stuff that doesn't make me scroll on my iPhone for 10 hours. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of movies. I think yesterday I watched like 4 movies or 3 movies. I'm trying to watch at least 2 every day, which may seem crazy for some people, but for me, I've been needing it because my movie stats are low, girl. They're low. So I've been watching some movies, I've been reading some books, I've been using my record player more, which I haven't really used that much, and I have all these records that just sit around. My damn DVD player broke. It won't charge. It won't charge, and if it does charge, it charges for 2 minutes, and then it plays a single CD, and then it dies again. So I'm gonna have to find another one, maybe on eBay or something. Get me a little, like, radio combined one from 2009. I don't know. One of those. Something that I can plug in and it works. I'm just doing things that I enjoy. That's what I'm gonna do. I really want to get back into learning my Shakespeare, studying my Shakespeare. That will come. I've been in talks, doing a little book club. Just with a friend. I'm actually kind of excited for that. I think I've never really been in a book club, so I think that will kind of motivate me, you know, to just process literature and sit with it and take notes and, like, do all this good stuff and, like, talk about it. I think it's gonna be like a book movie thing. Read the book, watch a movie, which I love. Those are 2 things I fucking love, so I'm excited. And I've been looking at my bookshelf so much because it's full of books and DVDs and my CDs and all this stuff, and I'm like, God, I really need to. There's books on here that I bought that I just haven't read, and I even went through recently. I cleaned it all out with books I didn't want anymore, or books I've read that I don't really need or keep or whatever, and I just keep accumulating more. So one day I will pick these all clean. I do think I am going to. So, and I kind of love the idea of, like, because I love to annotate my books. I love to sit down with a little pen and just go in and write in it and, like, doodle, or not doodle, but, you know, take notes where I can. I love the concept of donating that to a used bookstore or something, and then someone else picking that up, because I love when I go to a used bookstore and I open a book and there's someone's annotations. I will buy that shit immediately. I love it. And it's nice. It's really nice. And if that makes me boring, I don't care. I used to remember being so, like, embarrassed of, like, all of my interests of, like, reading and writing and stuff, because it's, like, it's boring. Arguably, it is a little boring, but, like, to me, it's not. You know, I love being able to write, and, like, if I can share my stuff with you, that is me being very, like, you're locked in with me forever. If I've shown you any of my writing, you are not going anywhere. I do want to start. I've been thinking about this a lot too, of, like, writing something original. I mean, I have stuff I've written that's original, like little short stories or poems or whatever. I want people, when I talk about writing, and if you've watched any of my other videos, you already know, but, like, most of it involves, like, fanfics or whatever. Like, I'm fanfiction warrior number 2. Like, I can't, if I love a show or something and I love it so much, I need to be able to put that down in writing, and it conveys itself in that way. And so, but I want to start doing, like, original stuff. I kind of miss it. And I have so many outlines in my Google Docs that have been sitting there for years of just like random ideas I've gotten, or like characters I have, blah blah blah. So, you know, we'll see where that takes me. I think anytime I start writing original stuff, I get a little nervous of like it loses the depth, or it doesn't have as much depth as it would like my other stuff I've written. Because I've never really done it before. I've never really sat and fully been like, I'm gonna write a full-fledged novel. So I don't know. I think I want to read a little more, you know, branch out of authors, because I've really been sticking to just like the same 3 authors kind of like my whole life. So I've been loving James Baldwin. For some reason, I've always been really drawn to James Baldwin, even though I've never really read his work. So I went to a little bookstore locally, and I think I bought like 2 books of his. I bought Go to Tell It on the Mountain, and then I think it's Harlem or something like that, and that's one of his that he wrote that's not like a fiction. It's nonfiction, I believe. And I think I got another one. I don't really remember. I'm trying to see, but I can't. I don't have my glasses. So I really want to dive into the classics. I feel like these are, you know, it's like books like, oh, everyone needs to read these books and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, one day I will sit down and read them. I will sit down and read them. I will. I've been reading Song of Achilles right now, or rereading it, and it's really good. I'm kind of consuming this thing. And it does help, like, the phone's not a option for me. Like, I'm being very strict with myself about it, so if I'm bored and I don't want to be on my laptop, I pull out that book and I read that thing. Yeah, I think a big part of like this whole change thing is I love embracing the fact that I might be a little boring, and that's okay. I might be a little boring. I might really enjoy just being quiet 10% of the time, 50% of the time. And I love that I have people in my life where, like, if I just don't want to talk, they don't give a fuck. They don't care. They don't care, and there's nothing wrong with that. Thank God. Thank God. I love that I always find myself being friends with talkers. Like, a person who can keep a conversation going. Thank you, honey. Like, you are doing the Lord's work, because I could tell you 5 words and then be like, oh, this is so nice. You know, like, I really could go a whole day without talking to someone sometimes. Emphasis on sometimes. I kind of feel like this all the time now. I'm just going like this. Kind of just moving with the flow. Going where it takes me. Going where the wind takes me. I feel like a tree. I really do encourage people to watch Good Will Hunting recently. If you're kind of struggling with the same thing, I wouldn't say it'll be like a wake up call to you. I don't think that. I think it's just a really sweet movie. Maybe if you're in the same kind of like transition period as I was, or are in, just put that thing on and watch it. I mean, it's so sweet, and Will, he's 20 in the movie. He turns 21 towards the end of it. Like, he's so young, and he's experienced a lifetime, and it's no wonder he just refuses change and is terrified of it. He's petrified of it, and he finally gets a person to be like, you don't need to be scared of any of this. Like, it's okay. And it's so sweet. It's just such a sweet little movie. Guys, let's embrace change. Let's embrace change. 2026, embrace change. Who's with me? 2026, we're embracing change. 2027, we are the change. Ooh. It's got a fucking ring to it. I'm kind of in like a planning period. You know what I mean? Like, I'm planning stuff, you know, I'm looking at options, you know, I'm doing what I gotta do, you know. Saving money big time. Lord, everything has been going to the savings. There's so much stuff going on. It is crazy. But I think it's kind of giving me fuel to, like, you know, like I said before, creating more. So this is gonna be the most I've uploaded in succession. And God knows how long. Usually it's like a monthly thing, and maybe it will be a monthly thing from now on, but we'll see. Maybe in every 2 weeks, I don't know. Again, I'm not gonna set a schedule for this because clearly I can't do that. Every time I do that, it becomes a curse. A curse falls upon this channel and I can't post anything. So, I'm not gonna say that. Okay? I'm not gonna say that, we already know. So, expect a video when I feel like it. How about them? How about them apples? Huh? How about those apples? We're gonna play this by ear. We're gonna play it by ear, because if I schedule anything and I don't meet that deadline, it's never gonna get met. So, you know what I mean? The only time I'll start scheduling bullshit is when y'all start paying me money. I'm gonna be very honest with you. The second I get a check from YouTube for this, that is when a schedule will start, and you will know. Okay? Everyone, if it needs to change, everyone needs to create. Start creating, guys. If you've been putting something on the back burners, just sit down and create it and do it. You know what I mean? This is your sign. This is your sign to take initiative and I'm gonna go. I hope this was helpful for anyone, or I hope you kind of relate to what's going on. I mean, I'm only 23. I know I've got some BFFs who are, or, you know, if you're random and I don't know you watching this and you're BFF, you're a BFF too. In a non-parasocial way. Please don't think I'm serious. Yeah, I hope you like this. And I'm gonna go. I have to go to work now. But this will hopefully be uploaded soon. Okay. Love ya. Be safe. Be the change you want to see. Goodbye.